It's a special session in the House of Representatives. Federal lawmakers are sitting a day earlier than planned to discuss the federal government's increase of fuel price. The House leadership invited the Minister of State Petroleum to explain why the federal government took the decision to increase the price of fuel and the implication on the economy. A motion was raised to allow the minister entry into the House of Reps chamber.
That this House do admit the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum into the House for an interactive session.
But the response to this request was not expected. The Speaker looks on, not sure what to do next. Calm somewhat returned, lawmakers then went into a closed-door meeting to decide on the next line of action. Done with the closed-door meeting, the House invites the Minister of State for Petroleum into the chamber.
Session do commence.
The minister informs the lawmakers that the federal government had no option but to increase the price of fuel.
Is this the right time to do this? There's never a right time. It's where we are today. It is a time that is inevitable. We're in a situation where we have no option, really. If we have to pay salaries, if we have to continue development, we have to survive as a country. If we do not do what we're doing now, I've said in my materials that the queues will be back in very full force. There will be complete social disruption. FARC obligations will not be met.
He says the federal government is not unmindful of the effects of the increase in fuel price on Nigerians, and that government has put in place some palliatives. The minister also denied reports that government did not reach out to labor unions before hiking the price of fuel.
Government itself has provided a lot of social investment and spending palliatives. We have, I'm sure you're aware, we're spending over half a trillion that will impact over 8 million Nigerians in various spheres. They said the union did mention that we had an agreement on 120. That is not true. We had an agreement on 145. We met them copiously. We dealt with the templates. They were part of that template discussion. And as a matter of fact, they were the ones who indeed counseled that there was a need to ensure that the selling price of NNPC, which could be lower, should be as close to those of the private marketers, for the simple reason of the fact, two things. One, if you sell at lower prices for NNPC in the city centers, you have complete chaos.
After a session that lasted over 2 hours, the House of Representatives resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to engage the labor unions over the planned strike. The House also appealed to the labor unions not to embark on the 3-day strike pending the meeting with its ad hoc committee. Linda Kibe, Channels Television News.